All right, guys, doing a video here. Power rankings NFL heading into week 10. Who I have. I'm going to quickly go by from 20 to 15. I'm not going to talk about the bottom 10, guys. If you are worried about your power rankings as a bottom 10 team, you need to have something else in your life, right? Because no one cares about the bottom 10, especially into week 10 of football. No one cares about the Dolphins. No one cares about the Bengals. No one cares about all these other teams. The Bengals just lost in a thrilling game, though. But no one cares about these other teams, right? You need to care about the teams that have chances to win, and that's all that matters. Okay, I'm quickly go through the back half of the 20 through 15. 20, we have the Cowboys. They haven't played yet, but I'm assuming they're going to get the job numbers. Arizona Cardinals. Jacoby Brissett's supposed to be playing. That makes it a tougher matchup for the Cowboys because Kyler Murray sucks and he makes that team way worse. And Jacoby Brissett actually makes that offense look productive. So this game should be close. Dallas Cowboys should win it or lose close, but it really doesn't matter. So they're at 20. At 19 is Atlanta Falcons. They just lost a heartbreaking game against the very good um, New England Patriots. The Patriots outplayed them for majority of the game until Atlanta Falcons and Michael Penix started coming back, inching back. Missed extra point by their kicker. Drake London had a hell of a catch to try to tie the game. But again, that missed extra point really hurt. Raheem Morris, what a dumb moron coach. So stupid. What are you doing punting the ball 4th and 20? I know you idiot fans are going to tell me, oh, it's okay to punt the ball. They have 3 timeouts. It never worked. It didn't work last week. It didn't work the week before. Last week, who did it last week? Somebody did it last week. It didn't work. It didn't work with Mike McDaniel when he punted versus the Panthers. It didn't work against the Panthers again for Aaron Glenn. So it doesn't work. I don't know why people try to do that. You cannot stop a team for 10 yards with three timeouts. It's impossible in the NFL right now. It's not the freaking steel curtain back in the days or freaking Baltimore Ravens 2002 defense. It's not like that, or 2007 defense. It's not like that. You have to have the ball 4th and 20. You don't know if you can get a legal contact. You don't know if you can get a hands to the face. You don't know if you can get a face mask, a PI, a defensive holding. You don't know what you can get. And just to give away and concede a loss like that, especially when your job's on the line, Raheem Morris, it's just pitiful to see. So bad. At 18, we have the Jaguars. I mean, the Jaguars just beat the Raiders. I told on my most confident picks, on my week 9 picks, I said take the Raiders +3. I'm very confident in it, and it came through. You know, the Jaguars looked like shit, but they won the game, and now they're have a decent record, even though they're not a decent team, and they're kind of terrible. At number 17, we have Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers just beat the Packers. I know, shocking. I am not a Packers fan, but I think they're the best team in football. I think that they play lackadaisical, but the Panthers, they come with a set game plan. Canales is a really, really good head coach. He should be leaving Carolina and actually going to a real team because he makes this guy, Bryce Young, look amazing, and no one else does, right? Nobody else makes Bryce Young look this good besides Canales. And Canales is when he controls the game with when he can control the game with Rico Dowdle and Hubbard and their O line, and they can just run the ball and then take the pressure away from Bryce Young. It changes the whole game, and they controlled the whole game today, and it showed. They won 16-13, I believe, and they just dominated the whole game. At 16, we have Minnesota Vikings. They played a very good game against the Detroit Lions today, but are they back? I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust their defense. Their defense looked wishy-washy. They had some opportunistic turnovers. McCarthy wasn't looking good either until he was scrambling at the end. And then he had some nice plays where you're like, okay, maybe this is why he was a first-round pick. But he also has some plays like, wow, this guy's still basically a rookie because he didn't play last year. And it showed, right? But you have to put him at 16. They're a decent team. Next, at 15, you have the Chicago Bears. They just played a thrilling game against the Bengals, right? And their defense was really shitty today, but their offense looked good. Ben Johnson called a hell of a game. Caleb Williams looks good, man. I mean, he looks good. People hate on him. He looks really good. You can't disrespect Caleb Williams. Colson Lovin scored like a 58-yard touchdown to win the game in the dying seconds, and that's just how it looks. That's just how it is sometimes when you get lucky. When luck meets preparation, means opportunity, right? That's what it is. So Chicago Bears were opportunistic and they capitalized on their opportunity. 14 Chargers, right? Chargers lost Joe Alt today. Their star tackle Justin Herbert's right-hand man or left-hand man. He is really good, going to be a Hall of Famer one day. But if he doesn't stay healthy, I don't know how he's going to make the Hall of Fame because he's continuously gets hurt, and it showed today. Titans had a lot of pressure on Herbert, a lot of sacks on Herbert, and that's a problem with the Chargers. That's why they're ranked so low because they're injury problems, and I can't oversee that. I'm like, can they win with Pipkins as their tackle? Can they win with no Amari Hampton? Can they win if Khalil Mack's banged up? Can they win if Henley's banged up? I don't know, and that's the problem. Their defense is not that good, even though they pitched a shutout today against the Titans, where the Titans offense didn't score anything but a field goal late, or 2 field goals. But they pitched a shutout. They played well today, but it's against the Tennessee Titans and Cam Ward. Next is Pittsburgh Steelers. They played Steelers football today. They ran the ball well. A lot of good play actions by Aaron Rodgers. They brought some physicality. And it's more, I think, did they win the game or did the Colts lose the game? I think it was a mixture of both today. I think that the Steelers played well enough to be that number one team, in that division and show that hey, this is not going to be a fluke year. We're not fizzling out. We're actually a decent team. And they proved it today. They're a decent team right there at number 13. That's literally in the middle, right in the middle, average. That's what I have them. At 12 is San Francisco 49ers. They look good, but their defense is very bad. I mean, the Giants scored a lot of points on them. Mac Jones looks amazing still. Mac Jones is a baller. I love Mac Jones. He should be starting over Brock Purdy. I've been saying it. This is how good Mac Jones is. Mac Jones should be starting. If you're telling me right now you would take Jared Goff over Mac Jones, you're insane. You're mental. You're absolutely mental. You don't think Mac Jones can run that Detroit Lions offense? Mental. This is how good Mac Jones. I believe in Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is that good. I think he deserves to be the starter on that team, but they're not going to make it. Obviously, he's probably going to go to the Raiders or somebody where he'll be the starter, or even the Rams, where I can see him going next year if Stafford retires. But he's going to be a starter somewhere, and he deserves it. I mean, he balled out. Juwan Jennings had a nice touchdown today. McCaffrey played well. Brian Robinson had a touchdown, his first one of his Niners career. Their team looks decent. Their offense looks good, but defensively, that's a problem. I mean, they gave up, I think, 20-something points to the Giants and didn't look remotely as good as they should, even though all you guys in the comments are going to tell me they have rookies. They have rookies. I don't give a shit, man. If they have rookies, if they have sophomores, if they have juniors and seniors, I don't care. It's what are you doing for me? What are you doing for your team? What are you doing for the fans? That's all that matters. Damn, I should be a fucking president. 11, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? They had a bye, so I can't really move them anywhere, but they beat the San Fran 49ers pretty convincingly in Tampa Bay, so I got to keep them ahead of San Fran. I think that 11 is very, very generous to put them there. They don't look as good as they did in the beginning. Also, injuries take a toll. Mike Evans hurt. Chris Godwin hurt. The whole defense is playing well, but could be playing better. Not the Todd Bowles defense that we're used to seeing. Their offense is all Baker Mayfield or bust because no Bucky Irving. Rashad White's playing okay. Rookie receivers and young receivers are stepping up. That's what you need. That's what you need for Tampa Bay. But Tampa Bay is really Baker or bust, right? That's basically what their offense is. So they are at 11 right now because the Baker is running hot. At 10, we have Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they lost the Minnesota Vikings this week. They just play soft. I told you guys this team is not as good as you guys think. And everybody fucking clowned me saying this team is better than I think. This team is not as good as you think. I promise you, I watch every snap of the Lions. You guys are say, oh, the Lions put up 30 points. They're so good. They put up 50 points against the Bengals. They're so good. 50 points against the Bears are so good. They put up 30 plus against the Bengals. So good. Like, watch the games, man. They do not look as fluid as they used to. They do not look as fluid as they did last year. And they're not that same team as last year. And if they're the number one team or number two team last year, and what I see out of them, they're not the number one or number two team this year. They're at number 5 through 10. That's what they are. They're not as good as they are. They're supposed to be, or they should be, but it's because of injuries, right? Their defense is injured, their O-line's injured, but people are coming back, but they have an issue. They have an issue. I think Jared Goff is their issue. I think Jared Goff is not a capable quarterback to be a Super Bowl contending for a Super Bowl contending team. That's what it is. I don't think he is. I think he's a very good quarterback. I think he's good when he's up. He's a very good front runner. But if he's the nail, and another team is hammering him, right? No homo, but hammering him as in they're the one with the ball control. They're the one who's leading the game. They're up the one up 21-13 and then 28-20 and then 34-28 or something like that. They're always up. And he has to battle back every single time. I don't think he can do it. And that's just the truth. I don't think that Jared Goff is capable to do that. But I have them at 10. They're a good team still because it's not like their offense is terrible. It's just it's not as good as last year. And you're going to tell me, well, you compared it to last year. Because what else can I compare it to? I can compare it to the rest of the league. Do I think that their offense is better than the Packers' offense, even though Packers play like shit today? No. Do I think they're better than the Rams' offense? No. Do I think they're better than the Kansas City Chiefs' offense? No. So there's some offenses I don't think that they're better than. Like I don't think they're better than the Bills' offense. I think the Bills' offense is actually pretty decent, even though the receivers are trash. I realize this is what I realized about the Bills. They beat a team. They built a team to solely beat the Kansas City Chiefs today. And you have to understand, the Bills played absolutely perfect, right? Josh Allen played as well as he could. He played as well as he could, and they only won by 7 points. They only won 7 at home. You can't make this up. I mean, you can't make this up. They are a good team. Their defense doesn't look good. That's the truth. I guess their pass rush got on Patrick Mahomes, but again, I think that they built a team. They're like, hey, let's just build a team to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So when we get there, we'll give ourselves a chance. And I think that's what they did today. They were like, okay, well, this is the team that's supposed to beat Patrick Mahomes. We have Joey Bosa from the Chargers, right? We still have Ed Oliver. We still have a good defense, and we're going to utilize this good defense. We don't have really good defense. We have a good defense to stop the Chiefs. That's built around beating the Chiefs. Around beating the Chiefs. And that's what they did. They beat the Chiefs. They played as perfect as they could have, and they won 28-21. Chiefs played probably half as decent. At 8, the Colts. The Colts, people don't say this is too low for the Colts. It was a bad game for them. You can't play soft, man. You can't play soft. And if I see you playing soft, that's bad. Because if you're playing soft now, that means I know for sure you can be playing soft in the playoffs. And they played like soft bitches, man. They played like soft bitches. What can I say? If you're going to play like a pussy, you have to be treated like a pussy. You're at number 8, right? And that's where they are. They're at 8. Jonathan Taylor didn't really do much. Daniel Jones was missing. These receivers can't even get open. Like this is what I realized about them too. They could not get open on old-ass Darius Slay and injury-prone Jalen Ramsey. How? I literally just saw Dobbs and Golden just running amok on these guys last week. And then I've seen T. Higgins and Chase running amok on them the week prior. So how can you not tell me that the Colts are good? How can you tell me the Colts receiving core is good enough to win a championship? I don't know. But there's only a couple teams I think that can win the championship. Colts are a fringe of them, is a fringe team of it. Next is the Broncos. The Broncos, they look like shit, man. They look like shit. But they're winning games. And if you look like shit and you're winning games, I have to give props to you because that means you're good enough at your worst. At your worst, you're good enough to win games. And that's all that matters. And they're 7. They dropped, I think, from 5 in my rankings last week because you can't be having a game tied with the Houston Texans, man. That's a joke. That's a joke. They have Davis Mills playing. I think Davis Mills is a good quarterback, but Davis is an average quarterback. Davis Mills shouldn't be having that game tied at the end of almost the end of regulation. We have to have a game-winning field goal. That shouldn't happen. And Bo Nix, he misses wide open guys. He almost threw like 4 or 5 picks today. I mean, they need to put him on a leash or something. He is playing like crap, but they're still winning games. So you got to put him at 7 because when they're on, are they going to be dropping 40 points, 50 points? I mean, they should be because Sean Payton's running some good schemes for them, but they're not. They're not because this guy's not capable of hitting these wide open guys. At number 6, we have the New England Patriots. They are balling. They are playing very well, the New England Patriots. You cannot fault the Patriots for playing their schedule. You can't say, oh, they beat the Titans only. Oh, they beat the Saints only. They beat the Bills. Okay, that was their one good win. Oh, they beat the Falcons at home. It doesn't matter. They're doing what they're supposed to do, right? They're supposed to be blowing out the bad teams like the Browns, like the Titans, right? They're supposed to be blowing them out like the Saints. They're blowing them out like they're supposed to. They had one hiccup game today where they were up, I think, 24-7 or something big, double digits for sure today. And they were up against the Falcons. Then Falcons came back a little bit. Should have tied the game. I don't know if they should have won it, but Raheem Morris is a moron, so I can't really talk about that. But they're a good team. I can't put them above these next 5 teams, but they're a very good team. Drake May's playing well. Drake May under pressure is not as cool as I would like to see, but if he has time, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL if he has time. I mean, he's accurate when he has time. And number 5, Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs are still good. Don't panic, guys. Chiefs fan, Chiefs Kingdom, do not panic. It's fine, man. You guys can lose a game. This is the Bills Super Bowl every single year in the regular season is playing against the Chiefs, right? This Super Bowl, if they're winning, they're like, you're going to crowd, pick the goalpost, college or something. They're big. This is the game. So you cannot be overly depressed about their game today. And even that the Bills, it was their Super Bowl, they played damn near perfect. I think they had 1 4th down that got stopped, but they played damn near perfect the whole game, right? Like they couldn't have played any better than they played today. I mean, Josh Allen freaking couldn't miss, and that's unlikely. That's usually not the case, right? And then Kincaid played very well. Excuse me, Shakir played well. So these guys were stepping up and they were playing well, and they won the game. I mean, but the Chiefs, don't panic. They still have a good team. They're going to be up there in the to win the championship. I think they're the best AFC team I've seen so far. But we got to put them at 5. At number 4, we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles are just a good team. I mean, what else are you going to talk about them? I mean, they're the Super Bowl champions. They're good. They have a good D-line. They have a good O-line. They have a good rush attack. If they want to pass, they can pass. Their identity is the problem. They can't just be both. They have to do one or the other, and that's not a good thing. But I have to put them at number 4. They're still a good team, right? At number 3, Green Bay Packers. I know. Why are they at number 3? They just lost to the Panthers. They lost to the Browns. They tied with the Cowboys. Bro, it's hard to get up for these games, man. If you're a Packers fan, how are you gonna watch Bryce Young play? How are you gonna if I'm the Packers DN or D-line coach or anything, I'm like, yawn. I don't want to play the fucking Panthers and Bryce Young. I don't give a shit about them. I don't care about them. Why would I want to play them? Right? And then that's how it looked like when I was watching them play. They didn't want to play. They didn't care. They already knew they were better than them, and then they didn't prove. They didn't prove it at all today, but they knew they were better, and they just didn't give a shit. And that's what it was. Sometimes you don't give a shit. On my Wednesday adult league team, I'm 8-8. I've lost 8 straight games to the same Mexican team and this Mexican team's literally 0-5 every single time we play them. And I lose 8 straight against them. I don't know why. Maybe because we don't care, but we tend to lose to them. And I think that's the same thing with the Packers. The Packers just lose to bad teams or play close to bad teams. They just don't care. It's like if they're not on primetime television, they don't give a shit. And that's literally what it looks like to me. At number 2, LA Rams. I mean, the Rams are balling out right now. You can't. Matthew Stafford's really trying to go for this MVP right now, and it's showing, man. He's trying to go for this MVP. He's over here throwing the ball at the 1-yard line to Devontae Adams. I mean, if you're gonna take Kyren Williams run anytime rush props, touchdowns, I mean, good luck. That's charity money right now because these guys are not running the ball in obvious goal to go situations where you rush the ball. They're like, fuck it, we're passing the slant, we're throwing a fade to Devontae Adams. We're doing something that's not a textbook thing, and they're playing well. I mean, they did what they're supposed to do, right? They beat the Jaguars by a gazillion in London. They have a bye. They beat the Saints by a gazillion. It's just what we're supposed to do. That's what good teams are, Packers. That's what good teams are supposed to be doing. And at number 1, we have the Seattle Seahawks. I mean, Sam Darnold. This is what I said. I said Sam Darnold plus 5,000 or plus 10,000, 7,500, plus 7,500. Take him to an MVP. Take him to an MVP. I have $1,000 on it. Take him to an MVP. It's like free money. 1,075 grand. They're gonna be like 12-3 or 12-4. What I said in on my breakdown about them. They're gonna be 12-3 or 12-4 at a time. They have a couple close games. They already lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but they have the rest of their schedule is easy. They just beat the shit out of the Commanders. They're a very good team. And Sam Darnold's balling 4 tutties today. I mean, Jackson Smith-Njigba, probably best offensive player this year. I mean, how can you say that Jonathan Taylor, who's being selfish, not letting Tyler Warren score, gonna be better than Jackson Smith-Njigba, who's literally just juking people out of his shoes? He should have had a touchdown today if Sam Darnold didn't go off his read quickly, and he still hit Elijah Arroyo for a wide open touchdown as well through the seam. But Sam Darnold is balling right now. Their defense is balling. They don't even have Julian Love back. Their defense is balling. That's how good the Seattle Seahawks are. They're the best team in football right now because they're winning games and they're winning that they're supposed to, right? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers game, both teams were injured. The secondary for the Eagles, for the Seahawks were completely banged up. That's why Ibuka went off. That's why they had problems. But whatever. Okay, say they lost that game. Who cares? The San Fran game, week 1, they should have won that game. Bad play calling, but they're a good, very good team by who is it? Clint Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son. Bad play calling right there, but they're a good team. They're going to be there at the end. NFC Championship. You 12 fans should be happy. I know some 12 fans in my freaking comments are telling me you overrated them for so long, this and that, and then they were like, hey, like they pump the brakes. They're not that good. I'm like, bro, watch the tape. They are that good. Their defense is that good, right? They just put the clamps on Jaden Daniels, who just got hurt at the end of the game. I felt bad for that, but he's making millions of dollars, so I could care less. But he got hurt, but this just happens. The Seahawks are a good team. I mean, when you can run the ball, you can throw the ball. You have no-name receivers like Horton playing well. Like they have Barner, Arroyo. Like they have some no-name guys that are playing well for them. Cooper Kupp didn't even play today, so they're a good team. You got to put them at number 1 right now. They're going to stay at number 1 for a while if they keep winning. I mean, I think their schedule is easy. Let me check the Seahawks schedule right now. I think their schedule is very easy, right? They play the Cardinals, they play the Rams, the Cardinals, the Rams, the Titans, the Vikings, the Falcons. I mean, they have an easy schedule, right? The Cardinals, they should be the Cardinals. They play at Rams, which is a tough game, but they play then the Titans, and then the Vikings at home. So they have a very, very easy schedule. They've won 10 straight on the road, so they're a good team. You have to put respect on them. They're the best team right now, right? And that's all that matters. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry, I'm in Orlando right now. Please like and subscribe after watching this. Please like and subscribe. I'm in Orlando right now, Disney World with my kids. So hope you guys enjoy this. I'm making content first for you guys, talking to this camera. Kids and wife is in the other room. This is a suite, guys. I have money.